Dan Patrick is one of the biggest names in sports broadcasting history, but his journey to the top of his profession has been anything but easy. Unable to get an anchor job in small-town USA, Patrick drove to CNN headquarters in 1983 and talked his way into a job as a sports reporter.
I didn't think I could get a job in this business, nearly quit. And I got lucky, but I was good when I got lucky. If I wasn't good, then it didn't matter if I was getting an opportunity, I would have failed.
In 1989, Patrick was hired by ESPN, where he anchored SportsCenter, aka The Big Show, with Keith Olbermann, arguably changing the face of sportscasting forever with their witty and irreverent approach to delivering highlights. In 2007, he walked away from what's considered the biggest job in his industry, a move that Sports Illustrated's Rick Riley called one of the top 5 biggest career mistakes in entertainment history, along with Shelley Long leaving Cheers and Katie Couric leaving The Today Show.
I wasn't happy. I wasn't around my kids, my wife. I always tell people the better you are in this business, the worse your hours are, because you'll be working late at night or early in the morning. And I didn't see my kids during the week.
Patrick put his energy into the nationally syndicated Dan Patrick Show, which he simulcast from a studio in his attic to over 2 million listeners and viewers every week. Life was good until he began experiencing intense joint pain throughout his body.
Everything hurts. Every morning, varying degrees. There were days I couldn't put my shoes and socks on. There are days we had to bring all my clothes downstairs because I couldn't climb steps.
He was diagnosed with severe polymyalgia rheumatica, painful inflammation of nearly every joint in his body. In an effort to relieve the intense pain, he self-medicated, taking Vicodin to play golf and drinking at night to sleep. He was prescribed prednisone, an anti-inflammatory steroid that helped relieve the pain but led to a very dark place.
I was depressed. I had suicidal thoughts. I was emotional. I'd cry for no reason, the smallest things. And I kept thinking, I don't want to do this anymore.
He found hope at a clinic in New York where he was given light chemo through an IV once a month. The treatment relieved his pain, but once again, there were difficult side effects.
I was having brain fog. I had memory loss. I went to the grocery store one time to buy salad dressing. And I got there, I forgot why I was there, walked around for 30 minutes, and I brought home olives. I forgot how to turn on my car.
Patrick is renowned for an encyclopedic knowledge of sports. When he began to forget well-known names and events on air, he knew that he had to share his private struggle with his audience.
And there are days that aren't good, but you know what? They're a whole lot better than they were before. But there were times when I would just brain freeze. I couldn't think of something, and you're live on the air for 3 hours, and it's radio and it's TV.
And I heard from so many people. That's what was great, is just, hey, thank you for sharing, because it's as honest of a moment as I've ever had in my life. And then you feel really vulnerable, and then after a while you go, so what? I'm not impenetrable. Who cares? So what? You cried on the air. I don't regret any part of it, because sometimes people want somebody that they can relate to, that may have what they have.
Patrick has completed his chemo regime. He's off prednisone, his pain is manageable, and his brain fog is gone. His career is going strong, and he's found a unique, creative, and powerful way to give back. The Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting at Full Sail University.
It started 5 years ago as kind of, it was a fleeting idea, and I kept coming back to it. Like, how do I give students the answer to the test before they take the test? My promise was you'll get the best education in sports broadcasting you can possibly get. My name is attached to it. You will leave here better than any other student in America who wants to major in this. That's my word.
Part of that education is to not try to be like him. ESPN anchor Scott Van Pelt once said of Patrick and Olbermann, they mocked the thing they were doing and did the thing they were mocking, and were somehow the best at doing both. Success spawns imitation, and it didn't take long for local sportscasters all over the country to become Dan and Keith wannabes. But what they made look effortless, witty irreverence, is anything but. Patrick reminds his students that they're never more important than what they cover.
Don't get in front of the product. The product is still the most important part of your job. We got to the point where I think we birthed quite a few sportscasters who thought they were the stars instead of the product that they were supposed to be selling. So yeah, I take full blame and partial credit. How's that?
Dan Patrick has won nearly every sportscasting award there is, but his greatest accomplishment, his lasting legacy, might very well be the school that bears his name.
And I don't know if I've been happier, but it took one of those bold moments that you talk about where you go, bet on yourself, but also do it for the right reasons. And this had nothing to do with money, notoriety, prestige. It was, I better find some happiness here, or I'm going to have all the awards you can have and all of the job assignments, and I'm not going to really have anything. And that's powerful. It really is. If that's my lasting mark, I'm pretty satisfied.